Hello, Tracy here, welcome back to my channel. So let's carry on decorating this little journal. We did this just recently, opens up and it's got 3 pockets in the last video and a tuck behind, and then flip it over. As I'm going along, I'm going around the edges with scorched timber. There's a little corner pocket there that I used, and I put this bit of lace that's been hanging around. I didn't want to chop it up, so it's just a little up tuck with a nice little tag there. Flipping over, we then have a cute little fabric flip, and then over again. That's the end of it so far. But if we take that over, let's have a look what we've done on this side. We've got this little wooden number and just a little cluster there. We have an envelope that's just got some writing paper in there that flips over, and we've got a nice little cluster down there, a bit of stamping, and then we have this which I did offline. So basically it's one of the tags from the kit, and then a sort of journal card from the kit, and then another journal card, and I've just stuck a butterfly on it, but I've sewn around each of them, and then sewn around this tag too. So that pops in there. It just gives it such a dimension. I love how her little head pokes up, and then instead of sewing straight down there, I left it open so it's a little side tuck, and just got this little journal card that goes in there. So that's where we're up to. I need to maybe do something on on both of these pages, so we'll put this to the side. We've still got quite a bit to go. I don't know whether I'll decorate every single page, but at this point it looks like I am, which, yeah, we will see how chunky this one becomes. So I'm just going to put that to the side, and so that's one side of it, and then we'll turn it over. I just want that to lie flat. So what do I want for here? Straight away I'm sort of looking at this girl. So I think what I might do on this page is a pocket with this, but do we want a tall pocket? Actually, don't mind that. Maybe I'll cut it down just a tad. Yeah, I need a smaller cutter up here. I have bought several, but they're just too big. Actually, no, I'm not going to do that. Where's my ruler? Highly unorganized. Let's see if I can find my ruler, and then we can just move that. There it is. Then we can just go like this. I need to push that up there. So I reckon about there. Great science. So how have you all been? I hope you've all been great. Hopefully that's close to straight. Close enough. And that just fits on there. That was close. I should have measured that. But it is what it is. Let's glue. I think I'll ink around there. Ink and think what I want to do. Or do I want to? That's like really tight. It's really tight. Maybe I just frame it with that and then have, I think what I'll do is frame it with that and then put it on another piece so it's like triple layered. Just layer it up. I mean, I think this journal is going to be rather chunky, but that's okay. I'm trying to not sit here in my craft room by myself without you guys. I sort of really want you to see page by page what I do, and I know I have done a few not online. I am trying not to do that. Let's just, now I almost want, so this is just some sari silk, but I almost want it like sort of, yeah, let's do that. Oh. So it's going to cover up some of those pots in that, but that doesn't matter. And then we will just sort of scrunch it up. Doesn't have to be perfect. Hold it down for a couple minutes. This is definitely not going to be like a perfect journal. And then pick it up and push it down for a couple seconds. Cool. And this is going to make it even more chunkier, I realise, but you have to do what you have to do. And then let's just trim that there. And then I'm going to go along and just glue under bits and hold it down. And it will eventually stay. So do I need anything along there? Probably not. I think I probably need it along there. And what I will do is put that there. I'm going to pause because I want to sew it along there. So, excuse me for a little bit. Right, back again. So, there we are. I've just sort of like roughly sewn around a couple times. I quite like that. Like, I did want something on there, but now I've got like that cream sewing there. I think that that's quite nice. Do I want to put a butterfly there? I don't mind that butterfly there actually. That was just happened to be sitting there, but maybe not. Did I go around that? I think I did. I've left the doors open and the dogs have disappeared. When I shut the door, they're like outside wanting to come in. That's interesting. So Mike is at work. He will be back later on sometime. He's been working a lot of late nights, so this gives me a perfect opportunity to come home, de-stress from work and get some journaling done. There we are. Something so simple as a pocket. So that's that side. What do we want on this side? And I'm going to make a whole lot of tags at once, I don't think. Maybe let's do a belly band. I don't think I'll do the tags as I go. So, yeah. I think this was left over from one of the pages because you can tell that I've folded it there, but you're not going to see that. And this just isn't quite long enough. So we're going to make do with what we have lying around and use it. So we want to do that, but I want to back this with some paper. I'm not sure. Let's have a look at this grungy paper. Ooh. See, that's cool. That's cool, but it sort of gets a little bit lost on her. I think we'll just go for this one. Single. And I think I want to keep these dots down here, so let's do that. Let's just glue. So we'll do a pocket and a belly band for these 2 pages. Let's do it on, oh no, let's do it on this side. So we want to about there. Yeah. Just turn it over. There you go. This here, I don't know how this is going to rip, but let's give it a go. Perfect. Now, how do we do this? Maybe we just flip it over and do it that way. Put it over there. Right. Now, glue this down. Actually, first, don't really need to do that edge, but I do need to do this edge. It's very overcast and it's getting very cold outside here. Definitely into autumn. It's got that real autumn feel. The leaves are dropping and turning pretty colours. Actually, it'll be really nice when we go to Taupo in a couple of weeks. That's coming around, so that's something to look forward to. And it takes about 4 hours to get from here to Taupo. And you go through like almost foresty type area in the middle of the North Island. So it's really pretty seeing all the different colours of the trees. There we are. That's strengthened it up too. So let's go around the outside. Nothing too fancy. I want to keep this pretty plain because I'm very conscious that I haven't sewn it in yet, because I wanted to do something different and do it page by page. And that, my dear friends, is the belly band, and I think I'm actually going to leave it at that. So let's glue that down. Good chunk of glue, so maybe about there. Gosh, I had a pretty awful sleep the night before last. Yeah, but last night, this morning, I didn't want to get out of bed. It was so nice and warm in bed, cold and miserable outside of bed. So let's put that on there. I'm going to leave this. Anything I sew, I'm just going to leave the tassels. So that's it so far. I haven't decided this first page whether I'm going to do something or not. I feel like it needs something, but we'll carry on. There we are. And then we've got the pocket, the envelope that pops out, and the pocket, double pocket there. So what is next, I think? Okay, so we've got that page next. I think I'm going to leave those pages and then we come into this. So I am wanting to leave that. So I'm going to leave that page and I'm going to put something on here, I think. So what have we got? See, these aren't going to fit. This is a pocket for later on. I have got this, which is a hidden card. Actually, that's really pretty, isn't it? Why don't we just do that? Glue that down, and then that can be like a pocket. Yeah, let's glue her down there. And I don't even know how long I've been doing this for. Mind, we will keep going. So I feel like I want, that will do. It's wide enough. Let's just snip it off about there because we can trim it. First bit that come out. Actually, I'm going to throw those up there. They fell out, so they're going to get used at some stage. So we could actually just glue that down on there. Like that. Doesn't have to be perfect. And then that's a tuck. So I'm going to do that. Yes, I am. Let's see. I'm unsure what is the correct way, but I'm going to go this way. Oh, no. No. Let's go this way. And then across a bit. Oops. I can hear Adam. Hang on a minute. Right, dogs were barking at nothing. Problem is, the big dog decides that he has heard a little tiny noise, so he barks and the little dogs bark, but they really, in truth, have no idea what they are barking at. And normally we wouldn't really hear it, but the fact that I've got all the doors open, so I've just told him to get outside. The little ones put their heads down. Poor old Molly, she's that old. Well, she's not that old. She's 13, coming up 13, I think. She's 13, 12, 13. She's, I think she's a little bit deaf, but she's definitely going blind. Here we are. There's a cute little tuck spot in there for something. So, flip that over. Do something on there so you can write on there. And that, and then probably do something on that page, I would say. I actually wonder, because that's good writing space, it is dark, but I actually wonder whether I put this there, which I might do actually, and then that does that one too. So writing space, something, see, we could use that. Let's use that. Let's go down there. Let's we can probably take a little bit more off that, but I don't want to lose that flower. And then about there. Yep. And then that's more writing space there. And then we could, just to tidy that up and finish it off, we could actually just put her there with a butterfly up there maybe. Or do we not have a, add that onto there? Yeah, I think I'll do that. She's coming along. Let's just do this one because I'm very unaware of the time. Just trying to need something to go behind that. Right, I'm just going to cut a little bit of cheesecloth off. Let's glue. Glue this down, and then that will be the end of this part. We will have it finished in no time. No time at all, which is great. To be fair, that's about 3 layers there. I could have done with 1 layer. So you can see that my printer, this is my old printer, like it all printed out beautifully on one side, and then I'm like, right, I'm going to save half the prints. I can't even tell you where I got this paper from, or this kit from. So now it's in a bag because there was quite a few pages. I'll come across it one day, no doubt, but there was quite a few pages. Yeah, so you can imagine when I came back in thinking it had all finished printing, and it's like, oh no, can't use that. But I kept it so I could use the front side of it. So yeah, that's pretty cool. I like that. That's quite thin. And then we've got something there and something there. So that's all I'm going to do for today. Offline, the pages I have done, I'm just going to go around with this scorched timber and darken the edges to keep in the theme of the first few pages, and that's all. So I hope you have enjoyed that. Yeah, I certainly have. It was a good way to sort of de-stress from the day of work. So until next time, I hope you're having a fantastic week. Can't wait to see you in the weekend. Bye for now.